Hello and welcome to today's video. So today I am watching season 13 and I've started with Terror of the Zygons, the first episode of season 13. And I'm halfway through episode 2, so I thought I'd do a little review and then we'll do a little review at the end to see what I thought of the whole thing. But at the moment, I'm a bit, the images look very artificial, AI enhanced, and it's quite noticeable is a AI enhanced. Maybe I'm thinking maybe it's because I'm watching it on a small TV and then it won't be so noticeable on a big TV. Maybe that's the case. So if you don't experience this, then maybe that's it. But to me, it looks very artificial intelligence, and looks like, when we're so used to seeing artificial intelligence content these days with all sorts of videos on Facebook and TikTok and whatever, it's quite noticeable when you see it in Doctor Who. And it seems to be, the whole thing seems to have been washed with this artificial intelligence filter or whatever it is. And it's very noticeable when you look at the skin tones with, like, Sarah and her coat. She looks very fake. I don't know what it is. I just don't know what it is. It just, to me, when I'm watching it, it doesn't look real. And to me, my brain's like, oh, it's artificial intelligence, it's fake, which is not what I want to do when I'm watching Doctor Who. I don't want to be looking, oh, it looks fake. To me, there is something odd, like it looks like it's a creation of, like, been done on a computer, It doesn't look like 70s, 80s Doctor Who. And it just looks weird to me. I don't know why. It just does. And it's hard to watch because it's jarring. Like, at the same time, it does add quite good quality. Like, you can see all the little wrinkles in the face and everything. But at the same time, I'm watching this, it takes me out of it because I feel like I'm not in it. And I'm not in it because, to me, it looks very fake. Because it's had this AI wash over it. So that's one thing. That I like Terror of the Zygons. I love season 13. I love watching Doctor Who. I love all Doctor Who's, you might have known. But to me, this seems very noticeable with the AI wash over it, because the skin tones aren't right, the colour isn't right, and then there's scenes or transitions where some of it, like, the actors have had AI enhancements and they look quite good quality, but then some scenes don't look high quality. Like, there was a scene where Benton was in the car. Obviously he hadn't been AI'd, and then he came out of the car and then suddenly he's AI, where he kind of feels separate from the scenery, that, like a computer where you would animate something because the animation would be separate from the background. It feels like that, and it feels very weird watching it. And then we get to the Scarazan, and the Scarazan, they've only done CGI for episodes 3 and 4. Obviously when the Scarazan comes out of the water and goes over the moors and in London, I suppose. But then when you get to episode 2, where the Scarazan is shown on the screen, it's normal Scarazan, like the original, which I feel like is not going to match up when we see the CGI version later on. So there's that. Because my brother was like, oh, I'm not sure the filters work, the CGI is on, because it looks the same. And now me watching this, I'm like, yeah, well, it does look the same because they haven't changed it, because they've only done it for part 3 and 4. Yeah, so that is that. So I better stop this video, watch the rest of it, and we'll come and see you at the end of it. Or if I'm making any comments in between, then we'll see those. But yeah, let's continue watching the Terror of the Zygons. Okay, so we'll say this when watching this, the Terror of the Zygons, that I do feel that this AI wash does make the Zygons look really good. You can see all the detail and the quality of the faces and the snout, and I feel like watching this, the Zygons do look really good. They have made the Zygons look really good, and I love the quality of the face and everything. It's like we've got to this scene now where the Zygons turned into the Keeper, and it is quite obvious that that's a a CSO picture. I don't know, it enhances it in some places and doesn't enhance it in the others. Like sometimes it's noticeable they've AI'd it, and then sometimes it doesn't. So the AI is improving the quality. There you can see like the different fibres on all the clothes, and you can see all the wrinkles in the face. But at the same time, the AI does wash the face, so you know it looks painted rather than textured. I don't know. Or maybe that's just the makeup. You know, the makeup would cover all the concealer and everything. I don't know, because it's not HD. It's not meant to be HD. So they have enhanced it to make it look HD. So interesting. But the Zygons do look quite cool, and I do like the quality on the Zygons. You know, I'm a quality queen. I do love quality, but with this, it looks jarring. It looks fake. That's why I'm not a massive fan of it. But I am liking the quality. It does look quite HD when it wouldn't normally look as good as it does here. But then the AI does take me out of it sometimes. But I just wanted to have a little comment there about the Zygon's face, and also noticing we are in episode 2, and as I said before, the Scarazan goes across the screen, normal, original Scarazan. But then we just saw a head of a Scarazan, CGI, in episode 2. So I'm like, well, we're CGIing here, but we're not CGIing there. It seems very hodgepodge. That's how I can describe this Terror of the Zygons Blu-ray edition. It's very hodgepodge. Anyway, let's continue watching more Terror of the Zygons. I think it's a good example here where it doesn't look very good quality, and then we go suddenly, AI, and like everything looks crisp and everything looks more high quality, and that's a quite a good example of what we're talking about here. You know, it's like some bits are high quality and some bits aren't, which makes it a bit very hodgepodge. Like here, not so HD because we're not zoomed in. But the moment we go zoomed in, we can start seeing more quality. I don't know. It's strange. I think before we get comments about, you know, saying about studio footage and film footage, that the quality does change between the two. Yes, that is a thing, but I'm not sure I want to comment that on this one because I'm not sure if any film footage does survive. So it does look good on the location, but is that because it is surviving film footage, or is it because it's been AI enhanced? See, I don't really want to comment on that because I don't know if the footage actually exists or not. The film footage, but it's hard to tell. So anyway, let's continue watching. Madler is about to be eliminated. I love that scene. Madler's been eliminated. Total maximum special. He kind of grabs those. Oh, he's like so serious. Oh, maximum special. Oh. Madler has been eliminated. Oh. Just the serious of his face. Oh. Anyway, let's continue watching. Now, I've got a big issue with this, that it's meant to be CGI effects for the Scarazan, but then we have shots like coming up in a minute of the original Scarazan, like this. What is the point? So it's meant to be CGI, isn't it? Like we had one shot of a CGI face earlier on in the episode, like look at this. How can you have a... Look at this, this is the original Scarazan. If it's meant to be CGI effects, and then the next couple of episodes we're going to have CGI effects, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. What's going on here? Okie doke. So, reading some comments on Facebook, people are noticing some sort of difference like I am, but apparently it's not artificial intelligence, it's not AI enhanced. So I'm sorry if I've been saying it's AI enhanced. It just looks that way. So to me, it still looks fake. So those comments still stand. It's just apparently people on Facebook are saying it's not AI, it's something else. But it still looks different. And I'm really not happy about this CGI because it's just not there. It's such a hodgepodge. Like, we saw one shot of the Scarazan head CGI, the rest normal. So I think we're going to have disc replacement coming in here because the CGI isn't working. We're going into episode 3, so let's go into episode 3 and see what that has to hold. Let's see what's happening with episode 3. Right, guys, am I missing something? Is this the CGI Scarazan? I just don't get it. Like, is this meant to be the CGI Scarazan? Die, Doctor, die. I just don't get it. Where is the CGI? Is this the CGI version of the Scarazan? Looks exactly the same to me. Like, I don't understand. Where is this CGI? Is that CGI? Is this meant to be this? It just looks exactly the same to me. Is this the CGI? I'm just so confused. Is the disc broken? Or is that the CGI? So confusing. Just a quick note, we're on episode 3 and I've just watched the Scarazan scene and it just looks exactly the same. I'm not sure what's going on with this CGI, whether it's a problem with the disc or that's how it's meant to look, or they've done something to it to make it look slightly different. But to me, that's not CGI. I don't know what's going on with this CGI bit, but let's continue watching. Sorry this video is quite long. Hopefully you're sticking around, but let's get in and watch the rest of Terror of the Zygons. So we just finished part 3. And the ship's just taken off into the distance. And I have seen on Facebook that there is original film footage here, and I want to say that the film footage looks exquisite as normal. You know, some of the scenes like when they're firing into the lake, and there's some other scenes earlier on with the film footage. It looks really good. So yeah, I love the film footage. Let's get into episode 4. So I just finished watching episode 4 and I am really loving the crisp quality of the film elements that still survive, and it looks really good in that regard. But we did have the CGI Scarazan coming in at the end, and it was obviously CGI Scarazan. I'm not sure why that CGI Scarazan wasn't in the rest of the episode. Unless it was, and it just wasn't as noticeable. But then the one at the end really did look CGI because it didn't look like it was part of the footage. So I don't see what happened with the CGI, whether that was a mistake or the disc needs to be replaced or something like that. It just didn't work. But that's that. And I would have to say that with the Terror of the Zygons, that I do feel it has been enhanced in some way, because it is obvious when you watch it. For instance, studio footage, I shouldn't be able to see the fibres of the clothing, and studio footage, I shouldn't be able to see the wrinkles and detail of your face. So it has definitely been enhanced in some way or form. So people who say in the comments that it hasn't been enhanced, and then, you know, there's evidence there that it has been enhanced, because it shouldn't look that good. But it did look quite good. I think towards the end and watching the episodes, when you get used to it, it does look quite good. And I do look like how good quality it looked, and the film elements looked amazing as well. And it was quite good in the end, I think. But there seems to be a problem with the CGI and this sort of enhanced wash over some of it was a bit of a weird thing. But, you know, anyway, that's my video on the Terror of the Zygons. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you've enjoyed watching it, comment down below and I could make some more as we give my views on the episodes of season 13. So if you like it, comment down below. I'll do one for the Planet of Evil, which is the next one. Okay, thank you for watching. Goodbye.